years ago at an industry validation night up at the Trade Centre. We got called in there to help validate some of that curriculum, and the teachers were pretty passionate about the kids that they had, and we said we got a labour shortage and we've got workforce planning and training issues, and just so happened that a school specialises in that stuff, so the conversation come about, and that was pretty much the direct indicator for Luke Cambridge's introduction to the business. He'd done a couple of work experience stints beforehand, but we hadn't actually progressed him into a career position until we had those connections with the Trade Centre. And then from there we just kept maturing, I guess. You guys were telling us what we could do better, and we were telling you what you guys could do better, and we were actioning things, and before you knew it, there was a simulated work environment down there at the Trade Centre looking at procedures and take fives and lean manufacturing, and there was the Gateway to Industry Schools program that came and got involved, and that sort of kept us accountable and kept you guys accountable, and now we've got a few programs running, and it's a gift that keeps giving, so we just have to keep giving, I guess, and keep doing what we do. We got the 2,000 hours of work experience per year, and then you guys have now got World Australia on board, qualifying guys to the international standards. We're now starting to look at how the VET and ATAR pathways cross over, and how we can try and have ATAR eligible kids, I guess, also do VET courses so that they're more prepared for the workforce, and getting some other kids through that are not sure if they like our industry, and testing it out before it matters, like test it out in grade 9 and 10 before you work out your career pathway. And seeing like the likes of Rob Green doing pre-starts and having lean manufacturing principles in his workshops, having shadow boards, painted floors, they've got better welders there than us now. I went and had a look the other day, it's jealous in there. They got fully programmable welders, it's pretty impressive. It's pretty impressive when you think about it. Everyone should be doing it, particularly in the current skilled shortage. Industry's facing huge skilled shortages, coupled with housing crises, and then the labour that we do get needs to be developed, and we need to have lifelong learners and lifelong employees. So the schools are good at that, So that's where we're learning a lot by watching how you guys train and how you do the career pathway planning. We've mimicked it in our game.
Luke, you've been 2 years out of St Brendan's.
Yep.
You've been working here for 2 years. How's the experience been, and how did you get into all industries?
Trent and Rob, and then our supervisor at the time, Jack, came looking at St Brendan's for apprentices, and you guys offered a few of us in our class that had done pretty well. And then, so they were looking through our jobs, and I actually mentioned that, I'm not actually interested in an apprenticeship as such in a boiler making trade. So I mentioned I was interested in doing uni and engineering. And then, so then they said, we're looking into this new cadetship sort of program. And then I started coming over for some more meetings and looking into it, and they were looking for a mechatronics engineer. And it was really something that was down my alley. So I started, sort of looking into it, started following careers paths and all the nomination process through school as well to get into the uni course. Then it was all approved, and started working here on pretty much as soon as I'd finished school, November 2020.
So interesting, we've got sort of like a blended learning pathway here with you at uni and on site. You would definitely recommend that to anyone else?
Yeah, I'd definitely recommend it, and it gives you a good sort of course of knowledge, and just helps you learn like a lot of key sort of attributes for the future. Like I've learned I need to be strict on managing my time, and just all sorts of stuff with making sure you get stuff done to be on schedule, otherwise you fall late, you just become so stressed, and good stuff for the future to learn.
You're supervising a major project at the moment, so what's all that
So yeah, I'm doing the ROPS. That means managing all the jobs that come through for them, which is raising their job card, doing all their drafting for them, checking that they meet the compliance, all the checking hours that sales is allowed for it, saying can we do that, can we meet the customer's due dates, getting the design through, entering it into our system.
So ROPS is an acronym for?
Rollover protection systems. So yeah, they'll mount on the chassis and protect the driver in the cab, which is